in depreciation chapter we have already started and we discuss about the straight line method, what is the procedure, what is the cost of the machinery, how can we determine. Okay, now there is some, and Saturday also I have taken class, but most of the students were not actually present at the case of Saturday. Now what is the depreciation journal you have to make when you purchase an asset? Now whenever you purchase the asset, the same entry, in case of journal you made, the same entry you have to make, that is asset account debit to cash, bank. If it is a credit purchase, then party name. Okay. So asset account debit to cash, bank or party name. So this journal, we already know this journal. Whenever you purchase the fixed asset, you cannot use the purchase. You have to write the name of the asset, whatever fixed asset you are purchasing. So first journal entry you have to make when you actually purchase the asset, fixed asset account debit to cash or bank, or if this is a credit transaction, then party name from whom you are purchasing the goods. Okay. Now in asset account, what is the asset value, that I discussed last class. What would be the asset value? The asset value, not only the value of the asset, but also the transportation cost, that should be included. The installation cost, whenever you purchase a machinery, okay, then this machinery you cannot use as you just like a chocolate. You purchase chocolate and you just started eating. But in case of machinery, actually you have to set this machinery properly, because whole machinery you cannot bring in your factory. Okay. The parts of the machinery actually comes through transportation, and then after you have to install. For that there is some of the expense and installation cost, that should be also included in the asset value. Okay. If some duty if paid by you, then that should be also included. Okay. In case of motorcycle purchase, the ex showroom value, you know, in case of motorcycle purchase, ex showroom value is not the actual value. What is the actual value? Whenever it is usable, when it will be usable, the motorcycle, when it is in road. So you have to pay the road tax. So that should be your cost of the bike, and that should be included when you purchase the bike. Okay. So in the same way, whenever you are purchasing, because motorcycle also a fixed asset, if you purchase motor car or truck for your business, then that's also be applicable. But one thing is not, you can treat as a cost, that is whenever you purchase the machinery, there are some GST is there, but GST you cannot include it, the tax, that is goods and service tax, actually you cannot include it as a cost of the machinery, because it is actually your asset, you treat it as asset, and that's you actually take credit. You are unable to hear me. Now you see, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Am I audible now to you? Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you? Yes. Okay. Now what happened actually? So this is the first end you have to make when you purchase the asset, and these things you should remember in your mind. Now second is, as it is a chapter of depreciation, you have to charge the depreciation. When you charge the depreciation actually charge end of the year, end of the financial year. Our financial year officially is April to March. Suppose the financial year in the now which financial year is going on, that is 2021, from April 20 to March 21. Okay. But sometimes you can see in your question that financial year is from January to December. Okay. So, in some question you can see sometimes, so then you should consider that is a financial year. Whatever the financial year, depreciation you have to charge end of the year. Okay, that should be, you should remember, depreciation will charge end of the year, because whenever total machinery use, the whole year the machinery we are using the machinery. Now after year end you just charge the depreciation. Okay. So what would be the entry you have to pass? What is the journal? In the case of charging of depreciation, then depreciation account would be debited. Depreciation account would be debited to asset account. If there is a 3 or 4 machine, then there is a, you have to depreciate 3 or 4 machine also, because sometimes in factory there is only not a one machine, there is a lots of machine can be there. There will not be one truck, there will be lots of truck be there. Furniture, computer, there is a lots of computer they can use for their office. Okay. So this all of the fixed asset you know. So depreciation account debit to asset account. Here asset debited, now asset is credited, means asset is a real account. Whenever this comes in your business, that you debited, but in case of depreciation you are decreasing the value of asset. We are considered as that asset is going out, asset values is day by day is decreasing, that is called depreciation. Okay. So depreciation, what is depreciation? Depreciation is a nominal account, so it is treated as a expense, and in case of nominal account, as it is treated as a expense, you should, you know that rule of nominal account. In nominal account, expense and losses would be debited, and that's why depreciation account is debited. So depreciation account debit to asset account. And one question frequently comes to your examination, is depreciation is a non-cash expenses? Your answer will be yes, depreciation is a non-cash expense. No cash, you are not actually paid any cash for these expenses. You are just charging to asset and in your books actually. Okay. So that's why depreciation account debit to asset account. Now number 3, what entry you should first? Now after charging depreciation to asset, then depreciation you have to transfer to the profit and loss account, debit side of profit and loss account. Profit and loss account still not actually happen, but it will very soon it will be started. That is what is trading account, what is profit and loss account, what is balance sheet, how will record in this case. But you should know that you have to transfer this depreciation to profit and loss account. Whenever you transfer something, then their account should be debited and other account would be credited. So here we are transferring the depreciation to profit and loss account. So profit and loss account is debited. To depreciation account. Okay. Profit and loss account will be debited. In debit side of profit and loss account, you are charging depreciation. So to depreciation in profit and loss account means you charge the non-cash expenses. You just reduce the profit. Whenever profit and loss account, this is called final account, trading, profit and loss and balance sheet. That case you will understand more. As of now, you just know you have to transfer this depreciation to profit and loss account, and whenever you transferring something to some account, this account would be debited, and which account you are transferring, that account should be credited. Here profit and loss account, we are transferring the depreciation to profit and loss account, so that profit and loss account is debited and your depreciation account is credited. So that's 3 entry actually mean in case of depreciation. Okay. Now there is a 2 method. There is a 2 method to record the depreciation. Which are these 2 methods? Two methods of depreciation. Which are these 2 methods? One method is charging depreciation to asset account. One method is method of recording of depreciation. method of recording in books. Recording in books method of recording in books. Okay. So, number one method is charging depreciation in asset account. Charging depreciation in asset account. Number two, charging depreciation in asset account. Number two is, one other method is creating provision for depreciation account. Creating provision for depreciation account. Sometimes it is called accumulated depreciation account. Other name is accumulated depreciation account. Okay. So, there is a two method of recording of depreciation. One is charging of depreciation in asset account. So, you have to charge the depreciation in asset account itself, or you may be, there is a other method is creating provision for depreciation. You have to open a separate account, that is called provision for depreciation account, or it is called accumulated depreciation account. So, through practical example, through practical problem, actually we will know how this depreciation we are charging. Okay. Now, one thing also important, that is method of recording in books, how we record the depreciation. Now, another thing is method of calculating depreciation amount. Method of calculating of depreciation. Now, method of calculating, don't be mess up. Previously I told about what is the method of recording. This is method of calculating of depreciation. Method of calculation, one method is straight line method. Straight line method. Other name of this method is original cost method. Original cost method. Okay. Now, number two, there is another method, and this straight line method I have already discussed with you. Okay. This straight line method I have already discussed with you. Another method is, that is written down value method. Written down value method. Written down value method. Okay. Written down value method. Sometimes it is called diminishing balance method. Diminishing balance method. Diminishing balance method. Okay, written down value method or diminishing balance method is same thing. Here straight line method, original cost method is same thing. Okay. Now, we will take a practical problem and through that we will learn. Now, today diminishing balance method, that is written down value method, we are not considering today. Next day we will discuss about that. Now, in case of method also, recording of method, we will discuss about the first method, that is charging of depreciation in asset account. Okay, charging of depreciation in asset account. through a practical problem. Now from your NCERT book I have taken an example. What example actually saying? In your page number 253 you can see that there is a illustration 1. From that I am actually as it is very new the concept of depreciation to you, I am taking an example from your book, and through that we will learn how we will do that. Now here very carefully listen. Mrs. Singhania and brothers purchased a plant for rupees 5 lakh on April 1, 2017. So there is a purchase a plant. Purchased a plant. And in case of depreciation, one thing you should know that depreciation date is very important. Why? This is learned through some practical problem. You will learn why date is very important. Okay. On April 1, 2017, purchase a plant whose value is rupees 5 lakh on 1st April 2017. Now this is the first point they are actually saying. Now read, and spend rupees 50,000 for its installation. Now spend installation charges for this machinery rupees 50,000. Okay. That's I am talking about few minutes before, that installation charges also the cost of the machine. The salvage value of the plant after its useful life of 10 years is estimated to be rupees 10,000. Now salvage value means residual value. Salvage value means residual value, and after 10 years, so total year is 10 years. The machine life is 10 years. They are saying they are estimating machine actually life is 10 years, and after 10 years they will sell the machine as rupees 10,000. Rupees 10,000, and that is called salvage value or residual value. There is other name also. You will know when we take the practical problem one by one. You know this. That is residual value, salvage value, same thing. That is the value after 10 years or after 5 years, whenever you are selling the machinery due to some technological advancement, due to some use, that is actually not very good condition, so you sell the machinery. So when you are selling the machinery after 10 years, you are getting just, you will get actually rupees 10,000, and this is called salvage value or residual value. Okay. Now record journal entries for this year 2016-17. Now financial year they are saying that 2016-17 you have to record the journal and draw up plant account and depreciation account for the first 3 years, that is 2016-17, 17-18 and 18-19. These are the 3 years account we have to make, and we have to journal the thing and plant account. Now here you can see what is your depreciation is not said by this example. What is the depreciation amount? Okay. What is the depreciation amount? They are not said. First you have to do what is the depreciation amount, because we are doing the straight line method. In case of straight line method, each year, each and every year, the depreciation amount is fixed. Okay. Depreciation amount is fixed in straight line method. That's why it is called original costing method. Now how can we actually reveal the depreciation? Now depreciation formula I have already discussed with you. That is cost of the machine. Cost of the machine minus salvage value divided by number of years or estimated life of the machine. Okay, estimated life of the estimated life of the machine. Now here cost of machine, what is the cost of machine? Can you say what is the cost of machine? Kritika, just say me or write in your chat box, what is the cost of the machine in this case? Can you hear me? What is the cost of the machine in this case? What is the cost of the machine we should consider in this case? Do it fast. Do it fast. You haven't purchased any book. Okay, that's not a problem. You just set for, I have already written in your board that what is the purchase price of plant, installation and salvage value, all I have written already. From here you just tell me what is the cost of the machine in this case. What is the cost of the machine? I have written all the information in board. You just tell me what is the cost of the machine. Can you tell? What is the cost of the machine? Can you tell me? I have just saying cost of the machine means not just the purchase price. Here purchase of the plant is 5 lakh and installation charges is 50,000. So cost of the machine is 5,50,000. Here cost of the machine is 5,50,000. Now we have to deduct salvage value. Salvage value is here 10,000. What is the estimated life of the machine? That is 10 years. So you should divide in 10. Okay. Now this is 5,40,000 divided by 10. So if you cancel 1010, so 54,000 is your depreciation for per annum. 54,000 is your depreciation per annum. Have you understood how we reveal the depreciation, value of the depreciation? Have you understood these things, how we reveal the depreciation? Very carefully listen, otherwise you cannot do. Okay. Now we will do the journal. Now we will do the journal. The first journal will be, we know when we purchase the machine, what will be the journal? That is, here machine means plant. So plant account debit to bank. Plant account, I am not making the proper format of journal in here, but in your examination you have to do the format. Okay. I am just ignoring the format. Plant account debit to bank. Here we can charge 5,50,000 and 5 lakh also, because the cost of the machine will be 5,50,000, because installation cost you have to take as a cost of the machine. So, we can directly write here 5,50,000, 5,50,000 being purchased. What will be the narration? Being purchased machinery, purchase plan and installation cost, installation charges paid. Okay, installation charges paid. So, planned account debit to bank account. Now, what is the next entry? So, this you have to mention the date, that is 1st April, that is 1/4/2017. Now, there is no purchase happened in the middle of the year. So, just come to the end of the year. Okay. Now, here you can see that actually the financial year has not mentioned. So, we will treat it as a from April to March. Now, 31st March 2018, 31st March 2018. Okay. They have to charge the depreciation. March 31, the machinery actually purchased in 2016, so it will be the 2017. That is April 2016, so it is March 2017. Now, 31st 2017, what happened actually? 31st 2017, you have to charge the depreciation, because we know when we charge the depreciation at the end of the year. So, what is the entry of depreciation? Depreciation account debit to planned account. Depreciation account debit to planned account, because we are reducing the balance of the asset. Here we have already revealed the depreciation amount 54,000 and 54,000. What would be the narration? Depreciation charge on the asset being depreciation charge on the assets. Okay. Now, you have to transfer this depreciation to profit and loss account. Now, this depreciation you have to transfer to the profit and loss account. So, in the same date you should transfer this to machine and profit and loss account, and we have already done, that is depreciation account debit to profit and loss account debit, because we are transferring to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. We are transferring the depreciation to profit and loss account. Depreciation account. Okay. Now, what will be the narration? Being depreciation transferred to profit and loss account, or depreciation debited to profit and loss account. Being depreciation debited to profit and loss account. That is also 54,000, only depreciation amount 54,000. So, these are the three main journal you have to pass when you will do the depreciation accounting. One by one you will learn when you do the other account. Now, you have to make a planned account, that is the planned machinery accounts ledger. Next we will discuss about that. Today, up to that, is there any problem, you can ask me. Now, Debargo join now, but you are very late. Debargo join now, you are very late. Devago, why are you late? You know everything about depreciation. Devago, can you hear me? Kritika, have you understood? Is there any problem? Kritika? No, sir. If any problem you have, you can ask me. No problems. You didn't actually listen all the things. You have no problem. When the examination will come, then I will ask you the question, and then you will say. Okay. However, thank you. So this is the end of the class. Just continue next classes.